Dear brother, we have not seen each other for ages. I hope you have not forgotten my existence. In these decisive days I am writing to you, for you are more than a next of kin. You are the most intimate friend of mine. You must come and visit my place to behold and feel with your own eyes the things that were beyond comprehension not long ago. You will be as shocked as I was for the first time. The essence of the problem is the tuning of the inner frequency. They did not know this for sure. Imagine what great sources for your new book you will find in this. The work of my life is done now. The major experiment that opens new horizons for the human perception. In these particular days, I need your presence more than ever. I am sending this message by express mail. Please find a way to come as soon as possible. I will give you all the details upon your arrival.
I meet you with an unpleasant piece of news. Yesterday, between 7 and 8 o'clock, your brother suddenly, not answered the phone calls for a long time. Suddenly, you will be announced. Take the keys to the apartments. It is an irreparable loss. He badly wanted to see you.
will never return. Thus, if you are listening to this record, this means that I have left this world. So far, I've managed to get there only for a short period. Often the return was an anguished procedure, and I swore off to plunge anymore. Nevertheless, it is impossible to withstand the curiosity of a pioneer explorer. And what is more important, it seems like I am a hostage of the machine. Human language cannot portray that place. It is attractive and frightening at the same time. There are heart-dear places, but at the same time, the atmosphere is alien to human beings. And after all, I believe those feelings are an essential part of us. I am warning you of attempts to repeat my experiment and ask you, as my brother, to make sure that my work will not receive publicity. Burn all the notes and destroy all the facilities except the capsule. It must be saved. Let it be just a piece of metal for you. I cannot tell you more. You are the only heir of my house and property according to my will. Furthermore, do not forget an important thing.
Забыли мы даже путь тот дом черный, задыхается стыда и гнева бежит туда.
The 6th of June. I finished the assembling of the first 2 amplifiers. I calculated how many vacuum tubes I need. Peter, my second assistant, who takes part in the assembling process, has broken up some tubes today. I will need to borrow some money from Heller again because of my financial distress. When my visitors see the organophone, they start asking useless questions as if I'm giving music lessons. It will be reasonable to hide it behind the curtain. How primitive is their train of thought. The 4th of July. Tonight, a diving bell was delivered. I went out to meet them. The weather was awful, a cloudburst with strong wind. Luckily, they managed to mount it up the stairs, and the doorway appeared to be wide enough. A person from the university called me. I missed my lecture. It was for the first time in my life. The 19th of July. It is still gloomy. The barometer is falling. I feel bloody ill, but I cannot put off my work. The 27th of August. There is a miscalculation, I guess. I am nearly giving way to despair. At least 1 month of working for nothing. One of the amplifiers combusted. I've taken the Tutsin extract and come to my senses. The 3rd of September. Everything is in vain. The miscalculations are somewhere in the theoretic computations. To tell the truth, I am not sure that my project is perfect, but God is my witness. I have not attempted. I met our parents on Tuesday. They looked just like they had been during our memorable ferry trip. There is no return. Our memory and experience are what make our very self. After every immersion, a small part of the personality stays there, meeting the memories of the past that begot it. Mother's eyes were looking at me again, and it was not just an empty image or a face from a photograph. I saw comprehension in her eyes and understood that she saw me as well. The separation process is out of control. It's too late to change anything when the scope of the things happening becomes clear. Inner conflicts materialize, archetypes overwhelm, and the ego drowns in an ocean of uncertainty. I remembered the kindness and care they had given us in our childhood. When I returned, I felt very irritated and even said God knows what to my housekeeper, a very nice old woman. Wherefore is this world without youth, without loving and close persons? My experiments with Albertia in odorum. The 18th of August. I chewed the leaves and felt nothing but the bad taste. I will try to extract it with dissolvent. The 25th of August. I gradually changed the proportion of the solvents to get the more effective extract. I use alcohol and ether as solvents. In the beginning, the liquids do not mix and the border between them is clear. This allows controlling the proportions well. I keep recording all the effects, including the side ones, but till this very moment, I have noticed nothing. The 1st of October. It is hard to explain, but the effect of dual personality, which is specific to Albertia, becomes phenomenal if I combine inhalation of fumes of the plant extract with the infrasound exposure in my capsule. It is difficult to find a more conclusive evidence for my theory. Anyway, it is necessary to be very careful in view of this factor. It is quite difficult to remember even general details of the visions in a few hours. Dolmens. I have been thinking about the mystery of the Dolmens for many years. We know nothing about its builders, their beliefs, and their way of living. Scientists used to think that these stone structures were patrimonial interments, but it was a big mistake, for remains were found only in several dolmens, and probably those had been put there by latter inhabitants hundreds of years after the construction. My theory is the result of studying strict regularities of the construction of every dolmen. The discovery suggests that the dolmen builders belong to a high... I brought the Albertia seeds home, just in case, and tried to couch them in my greenhouse. When I found the soil as dry as in the plant's natural aerial, it put down the roots. Meanwhile, I read in a botanical encyclopedia that the plant contains a substance which has a dissociative effect. Nota bene, the second canal is totally blocked. It is necessary to supply the needed amount of liquid through the first canal. The 10th of September. The whole week has passed like one moment. Progressively, fewer students are visiting my lectures, but I do not care anymore. Looking through the books, the notes of the Englishman, utter nonsense as I thought beforehand, I found a very interesting fact. The courts, which the Dolmens were built of, along with the specifics of the construction, allowed generating ultrasound as well as infrasound. It means that it is necessary to change the strength and character of the ripple, and it seems like I will need the 8th of October. I have been carrying out experiments with the organophone during the last 2 days. All the windows are vibrating and the plaster peels off the ceiling. Peter, who is laying the lines, complained about paroxysms of panic, so I gave him the earplugs. Now I am sure that I have calculated the size of the capsule and its layout correctly. It means that the problem is in the acoustic pressure and the ripple. The 10th of October. It is a great day. Also, the chemical effect of the plant should not be disregarded, but I do know it produces an absolutely different effect when isolated. I must hurry to the cellar and celebrate this occasion with a bottle of Chateau Bordeaux. The 12th of October. It appears to be even more extraordinary than I could imagine. I have started a new diary where I thoroughly record every detail of my presence in what I decided to call the shimmering world. The second trip was experiments are ongoing. Last week I realized that the shimmering world exists under its own laws of time and space. Now it appears much more complex and deeper than it seemed before. I think this is the second day that I've spent without having a meal, but doing this would force me to go out. But that's the last thing I want to do. The 23rd of October. The slightest equipment malfunction can lead to the failure of the whole research. I scarcely have money for buying new parts. The latest innovation. The 4th of November. I feel that it is waiting for me. Everything I have been doing in my life got imprinted in the gleaming world in some way. Now it gives me the chance to experience all the happy moments over again and correct all the things I want to change. I need to raise the dose and gain the head of water in order to prolong the trip. Maybe that world is the matrix for our reality. My discovery will turn the scientific world upside down. The 11th of November. I do not understand how any discovery can change the world. Appreciation, love, and money are only illusions, and our self is just a sequence of the memories. What has been happening to me all this time? At first, I did not realize that I could not leave the shimmering world in the usual way. How long have I been here? Has it been days, months, or probably years? To have at least a rough idea of time. Fragment 3. The control of gravitation and the course of time help to get to the places previously inaccessible. I have managed to improve some of those facilities. It looks like I am solving a puzzle created by the Supreme Mind. I feel that somebody is lurking constantly in the darkness. And I know this person, but I cannot remember his name. Fragment 7. This place is in an utter desertion now. My good man, I'm glad to recommence our interrupted correspondence. I suppose the weather in your corner of the world is fine. I have a strong recommendation from the doctors to take a trip to a health resort this season. Thus, if it's all right, I hope we will meet very soon. We will have a cup of tea at a lounge with a marvelous view. But am I the person to tell you about this? I can't resist the temptation of writing about my work. As far as... Hermits! What nonsense! I guess he knows nothing about Fourier theorem. And yet my project, my life's work, is heading toward completion. I have incontrovertible evidence of psychoactive effects, slow waves, and unbelievable multiplicative effects under the influence of Albertia in odorum fume. I wish you could see all the devices located in my... I know you're here. I realize now that I've gone too far. It became clear to me that the experiment there was too much risk. If one stays here for some minutes longer, the body can fall into coma or even die. Listen to me. I don't know what happened to me during that last trip. There was some splitting, and a part of my reason stayed locked in the shimmering world. That world knows everything about me. He displays events from the past, and I understand that I must change something. I wish I could. If I had done it differently, then I wouldn't try to meet you now. Sometimes it seems that we industriously hide from the shimmering world, in the alien world that is called reality, and I am not alone here. Some strange entities can be met here, shadows which have been roaming the world for hundreds and thousands of years. Time is running out. You must know, there is a chance that not all is lost, and you will find me. Follow the white light.
There's splinters all around here. Hush. There she is.
She is sleepy. Don't scare her off.
You go from the left and we'll go from behind.
Let's have some fun.
Hush. Take this iron rod. What do you want?
Leave the dog alone. It's sick. Don't even try to hamper. Stand at the door and watch. We'll deal with her very fast. Please, don't do this. Stop.
What's that sound?
short way. There's a trapdoor in the old oven.
Dear Mary, are there any things of interest happening in the city? My expedition is protracted. Discovery of every new dolmen is utterly hard work. Besides locating regions difficult to access, it seems like they are specially hidden in the landscape. Natives hardly give any information about locations and refuse to help finding out dolmens or attend our group. Excavations inside the dolmens provide conflict. The 3rd of May. I graduated from the university 1 year ago, but my thirst for knowledge is stronger than ever. I work at the chair and design machinery at home in the evenings, which are driven by electricity. Magazines and articles give stable opinions about all the great discoveries that are made. I think this is a big mistake. Even while being in a good company, I got a feeling that I am all alone in a desert, and wherever I go the way will lead me to nowhere. The 9th of June. Yesterday during the work, I remembered a simple puzzle from my high school period. I cite it as I remember because it appears original to me despite its evident simplicity. There are 4 power sources given. The sources are connected so that the 11th of June. Yesterday I met a girl on the tram. I talked to her during the trip. It appears that she is a student of chemistry at my university. Her name is Mary, and I think she is a very pretty girl. We agreed to ride the same tram the day after tomorrow. The 18th of June. I doubt the progress of the... The 6th of July. The anthropology lessons were not lost on me, though I didn't give them much attention. I've been invited to be part of a Western Caucasia task group, finding traces of ancient civilization, which were present in the region, are evident because of the Dolmens. That was our main purpose. There are many legends and superstitions about Dolmens.
was oil production here, this place attracted people as a magnet. Now you can meet not a single living soul in the desert for years. One can become accustomed to loneliness little by little. Anyway, we have nothing to talk about. I know everything and you know nothing. By the way, the person you're looking for is gone. And you have to hurry up, there is a sandstorm coming. I can imagine what material for your new book you will find.
Wednesday. Dad said that my brother and I would go skating today. I've been waiting for this day for a very long time, but it appeared that the skates were too small for me. I tried not to show this, but Mom noticed and said that I could go skating after Christmas, when I have new skates. Wednesday. Brother promised to get me some coal, which gives off a lot of smoke. We'll put it in the funnels and the steamboat will look real. Monday. It's cold outside. I am reading a new book about electricity. I am drawing a schematic for the reconstructing of a windmill into an electro generator. Saturday. Most of all, I like physics and math in high school. Mom said that my brother and I are different. He didn't start to go to school, but does well in literature and geography. Spring, Friday. Spring comes. The ice is melting, and we are going to test the steamboat this Sunday. Also, I have an idea how to skate during summer. Brother doesn't believe that all you need to do is affix small wheels to the skates. Today is Sunday. I woke up early, though hadn't slept all night. My brother and I prepared our secret experiment until late last night. I am excited. It's all white in the street because of the snow. We had a snack and went to the lake, taking all the necessary things. Mom and Dad went away, and the maid went to the market. We left our hats at home because it was not cold outside, but not that warm as in the countries where our steamboat is going to float. When we came to berth the steamboat, I remember that I had left the cordage behind, which bound the steamboat, so it would not float too far in the beginning. I went home and my brother stayed at the berth. About halfway, I heard somebody call me. It was a scream. I understood that something bad had happened. I ran back and lost my glove. Dear brother, we have not seen each other for ages. I hope you have not forgotten about my existence yet.